play there at the end on fourth down with Levi and Cam Cooper, and end up sneaking out of there, winning 21-20. So just happy for our school, our team, our players, and just everybody involved.
Yeah. Now, looking at the score breakdown by the quarter, maturing had happened pretty fast after the open kickoff return for a touchdown.
Yeah.
What was the message on the sideline after the first 11 seconds when that happened?
Well, there wasn't no panic. I mean, it happens. We had a special team bus right there out the gate, and we didn't close it down. And the guy, good player too, got a lot of speed, and he hit it right there in the middle, and, we had nobody to catch him. So wasn't the way we wanted to start, I can tell you that. Then on top of that, we get the ball, pick up 2 first downs, and we fumble. And so it wasn't the way we wanted to start, and especially not the opening kickoff. But, the whole thing with us going down 20-0, we never had any panic. I told the guys as soon as we went down 20-0, if we can just score the ball right here and get back in the game, we got plenty of time, a lot of possessions left. And that's the one thing about football is, you're sitting there in the middle of the second quarter, there's tons of possessions left. If you can just get stops and find a way to score the ball, you can get back in ball games.
Yeah. Now, looking at the fourth down play that you mentioned, the 4th and goal play, the tie of the game, and then take the lead, roll out to the right for Pender, comes back, looks across the field, finds Cam Cooper wide open in the end zone. Can you go into the design of that play and why you thought it'd be successful when you called it?
Well, it's something we work every single day. We call our 2-point plays. We'll have a 5-minute period every single day on both sides of the ball where we're on defense. They're trying to stop opponents' 2-point plays. On offense, we're trying to execute what we're going to do inside the 5, or whether it be a 2-point play situation. So just something we had going in. We felt like it would be there. They're a team that runs a lot of man coverage inside the 5-yard line. So luckily we called it at the right time. It hit, and it was wide open, and Cam called it, and we end up taking the lead right there and holding on from there moving forward.
Yeah. Looking forward to this Elba game on Friday. Long road trip down there, I believe around Troy, Andalusia Enterprise area. Long trip. What have you seen from Elba, and what do you think you can expect for Friday night?
I think when you turn the film on Elba, I think anybody knows anything about Elba football, their guy is number 2, Alvin Henderson. I mean, he is so-called the best running back in the state. He's really electrifying, does a good job. He runs well, has a lot of balance. He cuts really well and has, top end speed. So he's a really dynamic player. And they have another player, number 10, that's really good too. So it's kind of their 1-2 punch right there. But we're excited. We're going down there to play against a great player like that. So we're just trying to build off our win last week, trying to close that door, turn the page, move on. And we're expecting another battle this week. But, I expect our kids to show up, and we're going to try to find a way to win again.
Speaking of maturing, I believe Levi Pender did a great deal of maturing throughout the course of the game. Can you talk about his level of maturity?
Yeah, I thought Levi played really well, and he played really well. Even couple throws in the first half, a couple RPOs, he was wanting to throw it where he should have just been handling off and things like that. But he kind of grew a little bit. I think the biggest thing for Levi was on the 4th down. Before we scored the first touchdown, I think it was like 4th and 8, and he hit Cam Cooper over the middle right there, but he stayed in the pocket and he took a hit and made a really good throw. And I think that kind of just got him settled in, got him hit a little bit, and he played outstanding for us.
Yeah, I agree. It looked to me earlier in the game that sometimes he maybe panicked a little early and rolled out of the pocket and got himself in trouble. But as the game went on, he felt more comfortable in the pocket, stood and delivered the throws, especially on the 4th downs, the key conversions to eventually make the 4th down conversion for a 4th and goal to tie the game and take the lead 21-20.
And then one thing about Levi, he's going to just continue to grow. Levi's a tremendous athlete. Levi's a very smart football player, and he's a great athlete. And he gets a lot of reps, or has the last 2 years in practice. Obviously, didn't have a whole lot of game experience, but I think the more he plays football, I think you'll see him continue to grow. And I think he ended up finishing 12 for 17 for right at 100 yards through 2 touchdowns. So good opening night for him. We're excited about him, and just continue his maturity to continue to grow as a quarterback and lead our football team.
You talk about the maturity of Jermaine Brown as well. Had a couple fumbles, rough start on that aspect, but found ways on the ground to, I believe, keep the Valley defense at bay and not just try to defend the pass. Can you talk about his maturity as well?
Yeah, I mean, JB, I thought he played an outstanding game. Obviously, we don't want to sit there and see him put the ball on the ground, and I think he'll be the first to tell you the one he put on the ground come out of half was just kind of a fluke play. I don't think I've ever seen it done before myself, but the ball was a little wet out there at that point in time with the humidity and things like that, so it just kind of happened. It slipped out of his hand. But that's one thing we got back to practice today. We harped on ball security, but he had some really good runs for us in there. I think he ended up rushing for a little over 100 yards and a touchdown. I think his best run was the one he punched in right there for the half. He kind of wiggled through a little hole right there. His feet, I called it. He told him he had a little sweet feet right there. So, but just his maturity too is he's in a new offense. All right. So last year he didn't even really play running back a whole lot. So the more he plays too, the more he's going to understand and feel where we're trying to hit the ball out on certain plays. And but I can't say enough about him. Just his effort, and not only him, but Carter Judah, ended up having right at 12 carries and having a great night for us running the ball. And Mekhi Simpson also right at 10 carries and, having some hard runs in there. So we knew going in, we kind of have a three-headed monster right there. The only downfall right now is we're having to ask those guys to play both ways. So, we got to kind of be, running back by committee at times. But, whatever it takes for our football team to win ball games, we got to do because of our numbers right now.
Can't have a great running game without a great offensive line.
That's
Can you talk about the offensive line that they're running behind?
Yeah, I really can't be more happier. Not only our offensive line, but our D line also. I thought, coming into the ball game, I know their coaches said it a few times. They really felt more comfortable that they were going to win the line of scrimmage and win the trench war. But our kids stood up. I can't say enough about AC Carter and Carter Ross and Tyler Sykes and Brandon Niles and Ethan Henderson and Cooper Favors on offense. And defensively, I think if you was at the game or you saw the game, number 13 was everywhere. Emory Davis had an outstanding ball game. I think he ended up with like 12 tackles, 6 for loss, and 2 sacks. So very happy. We've been seeing it all summer and every day in practice. So we knew what we was going to get out of him. Then Markel Robinson, Cam Stone. Just to say some other names, but very happy with our front seven defensively, how we were able to stop the run and then also run the football.
Speaking of that defense. Coming after the break, we're going to talk with defensive coordinator Josh McConnell. Stay tuned on the Global Coaches Show presented by Zaxby's, Glenn Smith Chevrolet GMC, and Pepsi. We'll be right back.
Truckloads of fresh inventory are rolling into Glenn Smith Chevrolet in Opelika. Check out the powerful new Chevrolet Silverado 4-wheel drive crew cabs, discounted up to $13,750 off. Chevy Equinox with discounts up to $6,000 off. And listen to this, 2024 Chevy Blazer EV, as low as $295 a month. Brand new Chevy Blazer EV, 24 months lease, just $295 a month.
Get ready to smile.
Georgia, Alabama. Sports Live will be your go-to for all your favorite high school and collegiate games this fall. From the Carver Tigers to the Columbus Blue Devils, the Harris County Tigers and Northside Patriots, the Glenwood Gators and Calvary Christian Knights, the Pacelli Vikings and Brookstone Cougars to the Smith Station Panthers and Russell County Warriors, from CVCC, Pirates basketball and baseball, and every tournament from here to Macon. We are the #1 destination for anything happening in East Alabama and West Central Georgia. Be sure to like and follow us on YouTube and Facebook, and stay tuned for even more amazing ways we will be bringing Georgia, Alabama Sports Live to you this upcoming season. We can't wait to come see you next.
Welcome back to the Glenwood Coaches Show on Georgia Alabama Sports Live, presented by Zaxby's, Glenn Smith Chevrolet GMC, Opelika, and Pepsi. I'm here with the defensive coordinator now for the Glenwood Gators, Josh McConnell. Josh, I believe great defensive adjustments. Looked like Valley almost ran a borderline triple option there as the game went on, with 0, 1, 2, 1, 3 just running the ball. Can you talk about the adjustments you made from early in the game toward the later stages where the defense really showed its teeth?
The hard part about going into game one where you don't know is you don't really know what to prepare for. So in practice, you got to kind of prepare for a little bit of everything and then adjust on the fly to what you get. I had a feeling they may try to come out and just bully us around a little bit. So they did that. They tried to get in the eye. Our kids showed up and we kind of got them out of that pretty quick. And then they went to their spread stuff. Knew they had a new quarterback. Really just wanted to see. We really wanted to make him throw it. You know what I mean? We wanted to see if he could stretch the field, and he completed a couple passes. But from an adjustment standpoint, it's just defense is eye discipline, and we got lost times in the first half, in the first quarter. Lights came on, and we lost what we were supposed to be looking at. We wasn't reading the things we were supposed to be looking at, so we really harped on that. And the kids did a great job making adjustments. Started looking at things they were supposed to be looking at. And I think the results show.
We talked about Emory Davis, me and Coach Nelson did. Can you talk about his development over the summer and into the fall now?
You know, Emory is a guy, high motor guy, extremely quick off the ball. He's a nightmare for everyone to block.
Yep.
And the thing is, the beauty of Emory is, man, his motor just never stops. I mean, we're playing in practice. We're on a Tuesday. It's 100 degrees, and we're practicing. Man, they run the ball to the far sideline. He's the first dude hitting the guy from the backside. Yep. I mean, and you saw it when he played. I mean, you run away from him, he's got a chance to catch you because he's not going to quit. And he's physical. I mean, he plays with technique. He does everything we ask him to do. I couldn't be prouder of him. And the big thing is in a game like that where, you know, it's back and forth a little bit. You're both trying to find your way. Somebody's got to make a big play, and he made a couple big plays for us to put them behind sticks.
Speaking of big plays, a couple big key stops in the fourth quarter when Valley had the ball in Glenwood territory. Can you talk about the defense, the character of the defense to step up and make those big stops when needed?
Well, I'm sure Coach Nelson said this. The biggest thing for me was you go down 20-0 and you have the worst start you possibly could have.
Yeah.
And you wonder how the kids are going to respond. And ours responded. I mean, ours never could. I mean, I'll never forget it as long as I quit coaching. I have 5 defensive guys come up to me after it's 20-0. Don't worry about it. They're telling everybody, don't worry about it. We got it. Don't worry about it. So you see that, and then you give them a little bit of hope. And you know what I mean? We punch it in. We make it stop. We get a turnover. And the big thing was scoring before half.
Yeah,
and then once we got, I mean, momentum is huge.
Absolutely.
And once we got that, the big 4th down conversion in our first half, then we hit the go-ahead score on 4th down. It's now you got kids that are believing, and that's dangerous. And for us defensively, it was just that. I mean, they didn't want to be denied. You know what I mean? They didn't want to be not necessarily the reason, but they didn't want to be. They wanted to do their part.
Yeah.
And that's what that was the message they all sent us was we want to do what we came here to do.
Looking forward to Elba. How do you carry that defensive prowess and defensive improvement as the game went on into a road game at Elba?
Well, I'm just going to be honest with you. I mean, this is what you sign up to go to public school for.
Yep.
I mean, you go to public school to play guys like this, and there's no secret. Alvin he's good.
Really good.
And there's no denying it. But at the end of the day, you know, I mean, you got to focus on you. You can't worry about the things you don't control. So in practice, the message is we got to be better than we were yesterday. You know what I mean? And we got to build off what we did last Friday. And you get a formidable opponent to do that. So I mean, we have a task, a big task, but our guys are up for it. I mean, they're going to play hard. You know what you're going to get. You know what I mean? And we just got to come do what we do and know that he's a good player, but we have to limit him and not let 10 hurt us. You know. So I mean, it's like I say, this is what you do it for.
Yeah.
This is the fun stuff.
Well, Coach, have fun preparing for that Friday night.
Absolutely.
Congratulations on the first win. When we come back, we're going to have the head cheer coach for the Glenwood Gators, Manny Marriott. As you're watching the Glenwood Coaches Show on Georgia Alabama Sports Live, presented by Zaxby's, Glenwood Chevrolet GMC, and Pepsi.
Let's go! Woo! Woo! Yeah! Football time! Set the tone.
Kyle, tie your shoes, tie your shoes.
Yeah, good job. Woo! Yeah!
Grab a Pepsi Wild Cherry and get wild.
Georgia, Alabama. Sports Live will be your go-to for all your favorite high school and collegiate games this fall. From the Carver Tigers to the Columbus Blue Devils, the Harris County Tigers and Northside Patriots, the Glenwood Gators and Calvary Christian Knights, the Pacelli Vikings and Brookstone Cougars to the Smith Station Panthers and Russell County Warriors, from CVCC, Pirates basketball and baseball, and every tournament from here to Macon. We are the #1 destination for anything happening in East Alabama and West Central Georgia. Be sure to like and follow us on YouTube and Facebook, and stay tuned for even more amazing ways we will be bringing Georgia Alabama Sports Live to you this upcoming season. We can't wait to come see you next.
Truckloads of fresh inventory are rolling into Glenn Smith Chevrolet in Opelika. Check out the powerful new Chevrolet Silverado 4-wheel drive crew cabs, discounted up to $13,750 off. Chevy Equinox with discounts up to $6,000 off. And listen to this, 2024 Chevy Blazer EV, as low as $295 a month. Brand new Chevy Blazer EV, 24 months lease, just $295 a month.
Get ready to smile.
Get your grills out this summer with Pepsi, the official beverage of Grills Night Out.
Welcome back to the Glenwood Coaches Show on Georgia Alabama Sports Live, presented by Zaxby's, Elizabeth Chevrolet, GMC, Opelika, and Pepsi. I'm here with the head cheer coach for the Glenwood Gators, Coach Mandy. Coach, we were talking about Richard Holdridge, my colleague here on Georgia Alabama Sports Live. His daughters went to the cheer camp over the summer for Glenwood. Can you talk about that experience? And you talked about how it's the 3 longest days of your life. Can you talk about that experience and what it's like?
Yeah, so we have our summer kitty camp that we started shortly after I got there. And it's just a huge camp that each year has continued to grow. And I think we started out maybe with 40 campers my first year. And this past summer we had almost 100 campers that show up from grades K4 all the way to 5th grade. And so it's just a fun week. They come, they learn material, and we've gotten a lot of girls through it to come to our school that are just interested in the cheer program. So it's been good.
Great. Can you talk about the seniors on this cheer squad?
Oh.
For you so quick. Yep.
My seniors. So I have 7 seniors, and most of them, with the exception of maybe 1 or 2, I have actually coached since they've been in the 6th grade. So this is my team that has just really been with me for a while, and I can't say enough about them. Like, they lead in the best form possible. They really do. Like, the underclassmen look to them for all decisions and everything, and I'm very proud of them and the group that they are.
Graduated from Glenwood in 2010.
Yes.
Sorry about that.
No.
So what's it like to coach for your alma mater?
It's great. It's different because when I was there, cheer did not have, I don't know the word I'm looking for, but the program was just not what it is today. I guess maybe as detailed or whatever I'm trying to say. But so it's fun. I love pouring into it, obviously, because I love Glenwood. I've been there basically my whole life. But it's good to pour into them and just see the young girls that we produce that come out of our program and what they go on to do later in life.
You got a few UCA All-Americans on the team. Can you talk about how prestigious and how great it is and how hard it is to be UCA All-American?
Yeah, so we actually went, UCA All-American is 8 girls that you can put up for a tryout. So out of 21 this past summer at camp at Auburn University, we could put up 8 girls out of the 21. So we actually only ended up putting up our 7 seniors because I just thought that was fair. Yeah. And all 7 made it. And so they will all travel to Disney World on Thanksgiving break for the, I forget the name of the parade, but the Thanksgiving parade there. And so they're all going to get to do that together, which is awesome. But it's just, it's an honor. You know, when you put 7 girls up and all 7 make it out of a camp of about 400 girls, that's pretty impressive.
All right. Well, Coach Mandy, thank you for the time. And before we sign off, I'd like to remind you, we've got huge football games coming up this weekend. Thursday, I will be connecting with my man Toygar doing the Kendrick Crawford County game. Then on Friday night, Richard Holdridge will be with Toygar doing Russell County Eufaula, as well as Harris County Carver with Thrift, Reek Beach, and myself. That's Friday at 7:30, game day at 5 o'clock. Thank you for tuning in to Glenwood Coaches Show. This has been your host, Noah Sheldon, alongside my producer, Chris Gates. Thank you to Georgia Alabama Sports Live for letting us broadcast this. Thank you to our sponsors, Glenn Smith Chevrolet, GMC, Zaxby's, and Pepsi. And have a good night, everybody. We'll see you next week.
Good? It's like he doesn't even need a teleprompter. No, I know. It's like